So today we're at Bristol Temple Meads Station in Bristol. I've been on this project since just after it started, to approximately 2 years now. It's a challenge, but it's one that we're all relishing as a team. We've got a good, close-knit team on the job, and it is, it's going to be a good job to have on our CVs. It's one of the oldest stations in the country. It's the biggest project I think that we've had to date, and it's a really enjoyable project to work on. So for the last 3 to 4 months, we've been preparing the safety deck to facilitate the blast and paint in phases 3 and 4 of the main station shed. The safety deck is vitally important to the job. Without it, we couldn't complete the job. It's to ensure that we can carry on the grip blast and paint work, the replacement of the glazing, and that'll ensure us we can do that whilst keeping the station up and running. Trains will be able to carry on using the station, public, staff, and minimum disruption. Starting next week, we will start jet washing all the steel down. We'll then grip blast it, and then it'll be followed by a 2-week period where all the blasting will be stopped. We inspect all the steel work to see if any repairs are required, carry out the steel work repairs, and then we'll continue on with the painting. Abrasive blasting is a great method for preparing the steel surface, and the blasting process will be operated by our team of skilled and experienced personnel who will prepare the surfaces to be repaired with an approved protective coating system and to offer the main train shed structure a new lease of life. And the abrasive blasting will also prepare the surface to provide a profile to ensure that the protective paint system meets the 25-year design life standard required by Network Rail on this project. It's not just always about the scaffold and the crash deck, all this work that we've had to do. It's also about all the extra works that we've had to do electrically. We've had to move the information boards, the CIS screens as we call them, so the customer information screens. We've had to move them because of our scaffold and our hoardings. We've also had to move speakers, which are on all the scaffolding. The lights, which you can see, we've got the permanent lights that are in here. They've all come down. We've put temporary light feeds in to light all the platforms. We've also had to put the containment in for all the electrical feed for the crash deck itself. So it's not, like I've said, it's not just about the crash deck and the scaffolding and the painting. There's been a lot of mechanical and electrical works involved as well.
We've edged our way into the station, understanding the nuances, how best to work around passengers whilst building this huge scaffold structure. And now we're fully independent. We've built our safety deck and we're ready to start working day and night to get the job done. It is really important to both Taziker and Network Rail that we make sure our work happens in the most efficient way possible, but at a safe distance from the travelling public. So when you arrive at Bristol Temple Meads, historically you arrive into the main train shed, and 100 years ago it would have been a really beautiful building to look up and admire all of the features that make it Grade 1 listed. And it's part of our remit now to replace the glazing, release natural light into the main train shed, and highlight all of the features that make it a listed building and one that everyone around Bristol can enjoy. There's been a lot of bumps in the road through no fault of the project teams that we've overcome. Together, working with Network Rail, working with our stakeholders on the station, of which there are plenty, and individually the teams on site, the individual disciplines have performed really well.